Alright, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Now, these are my early impressions of Elden Ring. I've been a big fan of the From software. They've been pretty great for a long time. I've played a lot of their games. I played, I really like Dark Souls 2. That was one of my favorite ones. Didn't like I don't remember if I played Dark Souls 1 or Demon Souls or whatever. I don't think I got a chance to play that one. But, yeah, Dark Souls 2 was definitely one of my favorite ones. I think I started off with Dark Souls 2, if I'm not mistaken. But, obviously, I didn't enjoy Dark Souls 3 as much. Felt it was a little too easy. Felt the bosses were a little too, I don't know, just felt kind of like a boring, kind of like everywhere you go is a castle and knights and all that, which is kind of Dark Souls. Then there's Bloodborne, which obviously is my favorite one by far. Still have a disc copy of that one, because I think Bloodborne is just special. It's just special. I mean, there's really nothing else you can say about Bloodborne. It's one of a kind game, honestly. It's always Cleveland Browns. Let's go. They got Baker Mayfield. They're making a statue for the guy, but that's neither here nor there. This is an Elden Ring video. These are my first impressions, my early impressions of Elden Ring. I've already put in about 17 hours or so, and I really think it's Dark Souls 4. It's open world. Let's say it's Dark Souls Dark Souls open world, nigga. I mean, sometimes they slip out. What can I say? It's Dark Souls open world, more or less. Elden Ring is, to me, it's not as creepy as Bloodborne. But you have your defense. You can use the shields and whatnot, so there's no restrictions in that nature. The only thing that's weird about this game too is it's not linear. It's an open world. You can jump. You can ride a horse. All that is cool. It's nice, but all in all, I mean, I think Bloodborne is still my favorite. I'd probably have to put Elden Ring right behind it. However, I'm 16 hours in and I've only beaten the first mandatory boss, Margit the Fell Element. And let me tell you, he killed me about 50 times alone. I even had to figure out how to go and get, or how to be able to play with others online. Because, they give you a little NPC summon. Some guy named, I forgot his name, but, they give you the NPC summon, and he doesn't help worth the crap. I mean, he's cool, but you're not going to keep him alive. Margit the Fell Omen, as soon as he pulls that hammer out, he's going to kill him. So, it kind of, I feel like, in any of these From software, in most games, you're going to, you're in where you begin. So, I feel like the first and last boss are usually the first, last, and maybe the very in the middle bosses are usually the hardest bosses to fight. But, this was, even, in Bloodborne, I had the cleric beast wasn't too tough after a couple tries, but had my issues with Father Gascoigne. Obviously, that's why I think Bloodborne is a masterpiece. Just the art and everything is just so amazing. Elden Ring is amazing as well, but it's a bit more Dark Soulsy, a bit more laid back, not trying to scare you or anything. But I tell you, Margit the Fell Omen, he's worse than Father Gascoigne. I mean, his. So it could just be me, but I feel like it's almost easier to dodge quick attacks than slow attacks. Margit is constantly attacking, and he's constantly switching up his attack pace. There's really nothing you can do. Like, he'll just kill you just for no reason. And sometimes you'll go into the boss battle, he's aggro as heck, and then there's just nothing you can do. So just get ready to die. But yeah, I mean, my first impressions of the game, more or less, after 16 hours or so, and just now beating the first boss, I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, Bloodborne's my number one, Elden Ring's my number two. I like Elden Ring. It's so hard, it's darn near unplayable. Like, I feel like they're talking about this being more inclusive nature. I feel like this game, honestly, it's the hardest Souls game, for sure. I mean, even though in Bloodborne is a challenge and whatnot, but I feel like inviting the jumping mechanic and inviting the speed of a horse mechanic evolves the game to a way where it's almost too hard, because you already have what From Software used to do, which is very difficult fighting and things of that nature, but there wasn't any platforming to it. There wasn't any horseback riding. So to a certain degree, I feel like the bosses were limited in what they could and couldn't do. Now we're dealing with, you have horseback riding, and you have, things of like spirit summons and things of that nature, which are trash. I mean, you know, um, but you almost need them to distract the boss. And for me, for whatever reason, I've never been able to summon a spirit summon in a boss match. I've seen people do it. I don't know why I can't do it, but either way, it almost invites the need for help. Like I feel like even against other bosses in past games, I always felt like 1v1, I can do this. I feel like I have a chance. You just basically with every boss is the same thing. Get their hit pattern down. You know, you can only take about 5 hits. They can take about 205 hits. So, but once you get their fighting pattern down. This game, I mean, the AI has become impressive. I mean, From Software has honestly outdone themselves with the AI here. I must say, it's quite amazing how they're able to. I mean, it's like and I love a challenge, but to a certain degree, it just becomes like, this is just too hard, like, to the point where it's like, it's still enjoyable, but I don't know. I feel like I've never died 60 plus times on the first mandatory boss. That's impressive, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's pretty much my first impressions. I would say it's, it's definitely a 5 out of 5 star game. It's right up there with Bloodborne. I haven't explored. Obviously, it took me 16 hours just to beat the first guy. So, obviously, I got a long way to go before I can really give a solid review. But, I pretty much see the groundwork for the game and whatnot. So, that's my thoughts on it. Oh, and then a quick side note: if you're like me and you don't like to look on YouTube and just like to adventure through the game by yourself, the first time you go through it, the one thing you're going to need to know is when you're trying to summon people into your world, you're probably going to be using the fur calling finger or whatever, and you're going to be like, why am I only going to people's worlds? Why can't I summon people? Well, you have to get this thing called the fur calling remedy, is what I believe it's called, and you buy them from the guy at Church of Ella. His name is Kale. He's sitting by the horse over there at the Church of Ella. And then after that, I think you just have to make them, because I actually cleaned his stock out because Margaret the Fell Omen was tossing me around like just making me look like a piece of trash. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, it's a pretty good game. Make sure you get those fur calling finger remedies, or whatever it's called. And yeah, you're gonna need your friends. You're gonna need your friends. I couldn't even beat this bastard Margit. I used up 10 of my multiplayer. Basically, it's the item you use to activate multiplayer. I had 28 of those bastards. I used up 17 of those bastards on one human, and then I was using the summon NPC that comes along with when you're fighting the boss. Yeah, on that 18th try, I ended up just like, screw the NPC, give me 2 humans. We got in there. I think one of the guys even had this special item that froze Margaret into place, and that's the only reason we won, because the 2 people I was fighting with were so gangster. So it's like I don't even feel. That's the thing about this game. It's like when you win the boss fight, it's like I don't even feel as accomplished. I feel like I can't do this, nigga. Like it's not like something that you feel like you can do. It's like I don't think I can do this. But it's neither here nor there. Probably maybe it'll be more balanced the further I get in the game. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Elden Ring. Let's go.